Tonight, Survivor Series WarGames is on. WarGames and many more matches. But in this video today, we let ChatGPT, more known as AI, predict every single match in WarGames and give their thoughts and give their predictions on what is going to happen and what the results will be. So if you got enjoyed this video, it's going to be nice and to record. Always remember to smash the like and subscribe button to the flipping channel, and let's get into this one. So, the first match up is the Women's World Championship match with Nikki Bella, who turned on Stephanie Vaquer, challenging for the Women's World Championship. Maybe her final ever world title match in her WWE career, with obviously her confirming not long ago that this is her final ever run in the WWE before she officially retires for good. Well, of course, she's already a Hall of Famer, so this is the final time. ChatGPT predicted that Stephanie Vaquer would retain the Women's World Championship against Nikki Bella. This is due to Nikki Bella having a legacy, and Stephanie Vaquer winning would be a very, very good way to kick off her world title reign and get a big win against a known legend for the women's wrestling, of course, in Nikki Bella. But Stephanie Vaquer needs to be a dominant women's world champion up until the road to WrestleMania, where she could possibly lose the title. But she needs to get some big defenses in. And this is ChatGPT's words. So they're saying that she needs to retain against Nikki Bella to really get a good way to the start of the reign. Because if she loses, Stephanie Vaquer loses a lot of her popularity and loses a lot of her hype around her and her character. Of course, for debuting early this year. And even before that, being NXT Women's Champion, NXT Women's North American Champion at the exact same time. So that would hurt her legacy a bit. But for her to already be a world champion is very, very good. But if she was to beat a women's wrestler like Nikki Bella in her first match at a big pay-per-view like Survivor Series, would be a very, very good way to start a world title reign and get fans behind her and make them believe in her and believe in this title reign to start the road to WrestleMania 42. So yes, ChatGPT predicts that Stephanie Vaquer will defeat Nikki Bella in a hard one-on-one match to retain the Women's World Championship. Next up is a match for the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio challenging the Never Seen 17, the greatest of all time, John Cena, in his final PLE to try and reclaim his IC title that he lost to John Cena a couple of weeks back in Boston to make Cena, of course, a Grand Slam champion. ChatGPT has predicted that Dominic Mysterio will just do that and defeat John Cena in his final PLE of his career to reclaim his Intercontinental Championship after just over 3 weeks losing it, to be a two-time IC champion and get one of his biggest wins over John Cena ever, and to really, really boost his career and legacy. AI said that Dominic beating Cena to win the IC title is the best decision. This is because Cena is retiring in a couple of weeks' time. Of course, it's Santos main event on December 13th. John Cena wrestles his final ever match in his WWE wrestling career, which is sad, but it's sadly the truth, and we can't change that. So giving Dom the win here is a very, very big thing. It boosts his character for him to get back his IC title and maybe, just maybe, have 2 IC title reigns in the space of 1 year and could possibly hold it all the way until WrestleMania 42, where he could drop it then. But there's no point of Cena winning here, AI said. With Cena, of course, retiring, like I said, why would they have an old retiring John Cena be the champion over a young rising star who is set to be a face of the company in a couple of years in Dominic Mysterio? So why would Cena get the win? But it would hold a legacy forever for Dom to win this title. But more than anything, just to beat John Cena in his final PLE ever in his WWE career. With John Cena's name, the Never Seen 17, known as the greatest of all time ever to do it. So for Dom to beat him at this circumstance and this high level would be insane. So AI does predict that Dominic Mysterio defeats John Cena, getting a big win to get back his IC title and end Cena's first and only ever Intercontinental Championship reign in his career, to put Cena to bed in his final PLE and get back on track and where he left off, get back the IC title and continue with his great run of form, trying to get the Judgment Day back together properly and just lead the line in the IC title way and try and hold the title for as long as possible and maybe go into WrestleMania 42 next year, being the IC champion, of course, when he won the IC title at WrestleMania 41. So we move on to the Women's WarGames match, including AJ Lee, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss on the babyface team, going against newly debuting Lash legend, Nia Jax, the Women Tag Team Champions, Asuka and Kairi Sane, and a leading Becky Lynch, who has recently just lost her Women's IC title to Maxine Dupree due to an interference of AJ Lee, of course. But AI has actually gone for the heels to win Becky's team. And it's actually an interesting what they've said. AI predicts that Charlotte Flair will turn heel once again in her career, turn on Alexa Bliss, and realise that why did she ever trust Rhea Ripley and take Rhea Ripley down, giving the heels the easy win, shaking up the women's roster and building a lot of rivalries and possible matches for WrestleMania 42. Possibly a Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss, maybe another Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, or we just get more something interesting, you know? It would be very, very exciting to see. But I'm actually surprised AI going for the heels to win here. Of course, look at that babyface lineup. Charlotte Flair's quite over right now. Same goes for Alexa Bliss. Rhea Ripley's loved by the fans. Same goes for Io Sky. And of course, AJ Lee is loved for her return in a couple of months ago to save her husband, of course, CM Punk. And the heels have not actually got that much quality on their team if you actually look at it. So for them to pick up this win would be absolutely massive for them. For each and every single one of them to get this big win over this strong face team would be very, very good. But it'd also be very, very shocking. And I understand why they've gone with this, to try and shake it up and shock the fans, you know, give them something different and not make it as predictable as fans would, of course, predict. But the heels winning, I could see it. It would not be what I want to go with. I would give the faces the win here. I don't know why you'd put Charlotte turn heel here. I do understand why in a way, but I don't think it's right. I think Charlotte is quite over right now, and why would you strip that away from her when she's finally got with the fans after being booed since her return at Royal Rumble earlier this year, to then just turn her heel again? There's not a lot of point. Her last heel run on the road to WrestleMania to face Tiffany Stratton was not good. It made Tiffany Stratton a face, which she wasn't good at, and it ruined their whole WrestleMania 41 match, with Charlotte, of course, losing. But the heels winning is what AI predicts. It's not what I would go with, but it's their prediction, and it's what they think will happen. And the main event, the men's WarGames match, including the Usos in Jimmy and Jay, the World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk, the OTC1 Roman Reigns, and the undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, facing the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre, the Maverick Logan Paul, the Vision, and of course the Beast Brock Lesnar leading the line. And this match could be interesting, but AI has gone with the Vision to win, which I can actually see. They've said the Vision need to win this as it is big momentum for them going into WrestleMania 42 and the build up to the Royal Rumble especially. But they predict that main event Jey Uso will finally pull the trigger and turn heel on Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns and his full team to align himself with the Vision and realise that there is a vision. They're going in the right direction. And he goes against his family to do it just his way. Because like he said all this time, it's just him, Uso. It is just him. So Jey Uso turning heel in this match, very similar to the women's WarGames match, but would cause more shocks as well. This one's a little bit more predictable for the fans. A lot of fans have mentioned that Jey Uso should turn heel at WarGames against Roman Reigns for all the manipulation, and Jimmy Uso holding him back in big circumstances for World Championship opportunities and other title opportunities against big stars. And they predict that the person who will get the pin is Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar will pin Cody Rhodes, the undisputed champion, possibly setting up a Cody Rhodes Brock Lesnar 4 for the WWE title, maybe at the Royal Rumble. You never know. I wouldn't be against it, but it would not be my first choice. But also, another reason why this division needs to win is also it sets up bigger feuds for WrestleMania 42, maybe including the heel Jey Uso against maybe a Roman Reigns, or we run it back, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso. Possibly Brock facing one of the world champions, Roman maybe facing one of the world champions, and the Vision and all the other lot need to go and get their own stuff. The Vision want to try and end this once and for all to rule WWE. Drew McIntyre wants to get his get back on Cody Rhodes. So if the Vision win, Drew McIntyre gets one more crack at Cody Rhodes. And Logan Paul is there just for no reason. But Logan Paul could maybe challenge CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Maybe set up a match at the Royal Rumble or something for the World Heavyweight Championship, with Logan Paul getting another world title opportunity. And also, the Vision need to win more. And I do actually agree with AI here. I actually think the Vision need this win more. Look at the quality of the babyface team and look at the quality of the heels. The Vision getting this win against the big boys would be amazing for their momentum heading into the Royal Rumble and the start of the road to WrestleMania 42. I would not be against the Vision winning. I wouldn't. I don't know about Jey Uso turning heel, and I don't want Roman Reigns to pin, because obviously, of course, it's Roman Reigns. But whoever gets pinned, it makes it very interesting for their future and the road, of course, to WrestleMania. It could be any of them. I wouldn't take away Jimmy Uso. I don't think Jimmy Uso will get pinned because sadly I think he's the weak link in this lineup. So I don't think Jimmy will get pinned. I think it's one of the four. If Division win, it'll be one of Uso, Reigns, Punk or Rhodes that do get pinned. And I would take Uso at this segment, and I'd put either one of them three getting pinned. Because whatever three of them gets pinned, it makes it very, very interesting. I could see both sides winning, and this match is controversial. But what do you lot think? Do you think AI has done a good job predicting Survivor Series War Games tonight, November 29th? You'll have to see. But drop your comments down below on what do you think will happen at Survivor Series War Games. But thank you for watching this video. It has been awesome to record. Always remember, smash the like and subscribe on to the flipping channel. And go and follow the TikTok, YTJGetsMilly. It'd be very appreciated. But thank you. And I'll see you little dirty faces soon. Goodbye, guys.